Well, good late morning, YouTubes. We're getting a late start. I have been cleaning this morning, hence the reason my hair is up, because I have to get ready later for the charity event, but it is that time of the day. We need to do the advent calendar, and then the prince and I are gonna go get something to eat real quick. Then I'm gonna come back, finish cleaning the house, get myself looking normal, because this isn't it. For the concert later on this evening. So let me turn you around and we'll go do the advent calendar. Alrighty, so happy Vlogmas Day 11. This is December the 14th. So we are gonna, I want the duck. We're gonna do the little duck today. Isn't he cute? Quack, 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 quack. He's adorable. Okay, so we're gonna put him right there. Cute. In case I didn't show you this, if someone doesn't have a mantle, when I was going through showing all these things, decorating, if you don't have a mantle or you don't want to use your mantle, this is where we hang our stockings. I actually hang them down the banners because they can't get knocked over. I have them actually tied, and I don't have to worry about the animals, jumping on something, knocking things over, and killing things. So this is a good alternative, FYI, in case you happen to need it. Oh, hey guys. Thought we might bake some cookies. What do you think? I am going to make some lemon crinkle cookies for Rachel for Monday for her birthday. Also, because we just love lemon cookies. I'm also going to make some Russian tea cookies today to give away as gifts to a couple of our referring offices and other dental offices in Athens. And I'm also going to make some peanut butter magic cookies for tonight for the benefit concert that Rob is putting on. As he had mentioned earlier, he's diabetic, so he won't be partaking in any of the snacks that he purchased. Well, that made me feel bad. He's putting a concert on in my honor, so I figured the least that I could do is make him a no sugar added option. So we're gonna make magic peanut butter cookies. And they are, you can't say sugar free because there's still some sugar in the peanut butter, but the only sugar that's in it is just what naturally occurs via the peanut butter. So we're gonna start with those first. I still have to take a shower and wash my hair, which I have not done yet. These are for the next cookies. We don't actually need butter for the first ones. Yeah, that's not bad. Go 30 for the next ones. Okay, so what is in magic peanut butter cookies? You have peanut butter, Jif, the only kind. There you go. You have a no sugar alternative. I like Splenda. And an egg. That's it. The magic recipe is a cup of each. You have a cup of the sugar and a cup of the peanut butter, and there you go. And we have cookies. That's all it takes. And the egg, obviously. So I'm gonna put the sugar in here first. Just because it's very whooshy. That's a word, a cooking term actually. Whooshy. It totally is. So we're gonna get a cup of Splenda. Just like that. We're going to ask you not to be up here because I'm cooking. Go away. And then we're going to put a cup of peanut butter and an egg. And that's all we need for that batter. I'm going to show you guys this. So I'm going to lean you guys down so that you can see this part, okay? Hey, there you go. So we have a cup of Splenda. We are now going to get a cup of peanut butter. I'm going to have to buy the prince some more peanut butter. He's been on a peanut butter kick the last couple of days. So he's went through a bit of the peanut butter. All right. So we have a cup of peanut butter. Dean, you will be not me making an appearance on this show. You need to go away. Ah! Don't do that. Okay. And 1 egg. 1 egg. That is all that's in this recipe. And then we're going to mix. You got to be kind of careful with this one, just because that Splenda will go everywhere. So you get it kind of wet. Then you can get to mixing it. There we go. I originally got this recipe from Paula Deen. She was the first person that I ever heard that did this recipe. That's where I got it from. And it's an easy recipe, so I just memorized it. There wasn't much to memorize. The peanut butter gets kind of stiff, I ain't gonna lie. Ugh. Now, these do not really make soft cookies. These are more kind of crispy cookies, just because of the way, I guess, the stuff mixes together. There we go. All right, now, I'm going to show y'all a little trick I do. We're going to get rid of this. Because I want these cookies all the same size, we're going to use a handy dandy scooper. But before we do it, we're going to spray it. Because it keeps the peanut butter from sticking, y'all. You're welcome for the tip. You put these on an ungreased cookie sheet. You know, and after every few, give it another little dose in there. These really do not spread. Still don't stick them smack on top of each other, but they don't really spread, y'all. So they'll kind of stay in a little ball. And I'm not going to smash these down because I don't have to. See, that's the whole key about making things fun and whatever. If you want to smash them down, smash them down. If you don't want to smash them down, then don't do it. Technically, you could roll these babies in some powdered sugar, but then they wouldn't be no sugar added. I think they actually have sugar-free powdered sugar now. I haven't tried it, so I don't know. So if any of my subscribers out there have tried the sugar-free version of powdered sugar, let me know. Let me know what you thought. Because I don't have really any. I can do a no sugar added cake, but buttercream, I ain't there yet. So I don't even know if that's a road I want to go down yet. Depending on, let me know. You know, again, if anybody's used it, holler. Help a chick out. Let me know what you think about it. All right, so we got a few cookies out of that. Okay, that's it for that one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We got 17 cookies. 17 cookies out of that. Rob should be a happy man. That's all I'm going to say. We will bake these at 350. Normally, most of my cookies are usually 9 to 12 minute mark. I'm going to put these at 7 just because I don't want to overcook them because they will get, that's the only bad thing about this is that they have a tendency to get kind of dried out. So don't overcook them, and then make sure you put them in something that is sealed really, really, really well. They're delicious cookies, but just sometimes they can get a little dry. So when the oven's ready, we're going to go stick those over there. And in the meantime, we're going to get to work on the next recipe. Up you go for a minute while I get my stuff kind of sorted together. So the next things that we're going to do is we're going to do the Russian tea cookies, because that's what I have up right now. Now generally, I do Russian tea cookies every year. Pretty much without fail. Mostly the reason for that is because Russian tea cookies are the prince's favorite cookie. Let's get up there like that. That's one of his favorite cookies of the holidays. So if I don't make anything else, I will make some Russian tea cookies just for the prince because I love him so. And that's what I do. Now there's not a whole lot to this. Most of the recipes that I use are on Pinterest. If you guys want to know what these recipes are or which ones I used exactly, leave the comments down below and I'll be happy to give them to you. Since you're there, we haven't done this in the Vlogmas thing because this is day 11. Yeah. Subscribe if you haven't. You guys know I'm trying really hard to get monetized to help with the kitten rescue. Hit the little notification bell because you don't want to miss any of the fun stuff that we're doing. So in the recipe, it is going to, we're going to double the recipe because I don't make a single batch of anything for the most part other than those cookies right there. So we're going to do a whole cup of butter, which is 4 sticks. Okay. We are going to, I'm sorry, it's 2 sticks. My bad. It's 2 sticks because 1 stick is a half a cup. Ooh, you know, now I'm gonna say that I'm lying. Let me see. Yeah, so 2 sticks is 1 cup. I almost lied to you guys. Sorry about that. So we're gonna do a cup of butter. We're gonna do a half a cup of powdered sugar. We're gonna do 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And then we're gonna do a 1/4 of a cup of almond flour, or you can grind pecans. Let's go have an argument right there. Do you say pecans or pecans? Which one do you think is right? It's not the second one, I can tell you. A pecan is, I'm going to give you the answer that my Nana, God rest her soul, she's been passed on for a few years, but let me tell you what my Nana told me. Sweetie, it's a pecan, that's a nut. Pecans are something that truckers use. You're welcome. It's kind of like we're not allowed to call a dishcloth a rag. A dishcloth is something you wash things with. A rag is something you put between your legs. Thanks, Nana. She always had a good answer for everything. She also said, do not cheat on any of your recipes. If you cheat on your recipes, then she would give you, like, if she gave you a cake recipe or a cookie recipe, she literally at the bottom of it would write a curse. Like, curse you. Not cuss you out, curse you. If you change my recipe and you don't use real butter and real sugar, your cookies will always burn and your bread will never rise. Like that kind of stuff. My Nana, she didn't play around. Did not play around. So, rather than using the ground nuts, which I went and bought, I didn't realize that you could use almond flour. I have a crap ton of almond flour that I haven't even opened yet. So we're gonna use that instead of grinding up nuts, because that's the way I've always done it in the past, and I think I'm going to kind of dig this method a little bit better. So I'm pretty sure most of the time you just kind of put everything all together and let it go. Let me see. Oh, we need some vanilla, which I will get Michelle's vanilla that she made me last year. Let me go get that. Curtis, I will call you out specifically. This was my Christmas present last year. It's a bottle of vodka with a bunch of vanilla beans in it. I did not touch it until this season, so this literally sat for a year before I opened it. It's very good vanilla, by the way. Thank you, Michelle. All right, so we have our vanilla. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna do the butter and the powdered sugar and the vanilla, and then we'll mix the flours together. There is no baking soda, baking powder, there's none of that in any of these recipes. So normally what I do is I'll beat the butter first just a little bit. I'm gonna go put that in my mixer. Just so. And we'll turn you around this way because my mixer's over here. There we go. Just so that my powdered sugar doesn't fly everywhere. Yes, I have 2 mixers. I've told you guys before, the Princess Bakery is a thing. I actually own a home bakery shop. It's called Sweet Machine Pastries. And I do make confections. Usually it for the most part is cakes and cupcakes and things of that nature. But I also do cheesecakes and cookies, and I've done Rice Krispie treats and pretzels and You know, there's some other things in the wheelhouse. That's why we call it pastries that I don't necessarily advertise, but that I will do if people want them. So we're gonna turn that on. We're just gonna beat it up just a second. All right, then we're gonna do powdered sugar. So we need a half a cup of powdered sugar. Because again, I'm doubling the recipe. Get off. There we go. So we're gonna do a half a cup of powdered sugar. Okay. A half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, which means it's gonna be a full teaspoon. Which most of the time, if you don't know, if you have a bottle of actual vanilla extract, if you fill up the cap, it's almost always a teaspoon, in case you don't have a measuring spoon. You're welcome for that little tip as well. Let's see if it's the same with the caps. There's a teaspoon. It's about half the cap in this one. All right, so we're gonna start that on slow. We're gonna kind of let that go, and then we're gonna mix our flours together. So we need 2 cups of all-purpose. We're gonna get rid of that because it has peanut butter on it. I use unbleached, pre-sifted flour. And I like it because it's very soft. You can use whatever you like. All right, so there is 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And then we need a half a cup of almond flour. Okay, follow the recipes when you're baking, people. Baking is a science, not the other way around. Let's see, is that it? No salt? That's it. Okay, so we're gonna put that in here. Okay, let's stop that. We're very slowly going to get that going. And we don't want to beat it too much. We just want to get everything incorporated because it'll make your cookies tough. We just want everything to get mixed together. There we go. Okay, that's enough. Now the old golden rule is you should never more than double a recipe. Don't ask me why, weird things happen. We may end up making more than just these, but we're only going to double the recipe because that's as far as we're gonna go. All right, peanut butter cookies are going in the oven. We're gonna set them at 8 minutes and we will see what happens from there. There's the dough. Look how pretty that is. See how it's still kind of, but it's just soft. That's what we want. Come on back up. Voila. There we go. Okay. We're going to get another child cheater. We're going to scrape all the dough down. And again, because I don't like waiting on things, we're going to transfer this dough into a bowl, and we will get to making our next dough, which is going to be the lemon crinkle cookies. So, We're going to use one of our fancy Cool Whip bowls. Why? Because that's what I have next to me. Alright, get all the stuff off the spatula. Okay. Now we have a batch of the Russian tea cookies. Then we're going to move on to the lemon crinkle cookies. That's also going to take 1 cup of butter, 2 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. This one's actually going to have an egg. Some lemon zest, fresh lemon juice, salt. This one does have baking powder and baking soda, flour, and powdered sugar. All right. I'm going to put you on pause while I get all those things. Okay, we're going to go back. We are creaming the butter and the sugar. So we need to add 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of lemon zest, and 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. That might not be 2 tablespoons. Let's get some more. I'm not sure it is. That looks like about 2 tablespoons. Okay. Another trick I do is I crack the eggs into something else, just in case you end up with a bad egg or a shell. It's easy to get out. I crack mine usually in a measuring cup, to which I'm also going to add the vanilla because I can. Which we need, how much vanilla? We need a teaspoon of vanilla. So about half a capful. There we go. All right, so we're going to add, let's see, that. Then we are going to get 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. And we're going to let that go for a minute. Let's let it get all fluffy. Meanwhile, peanut butter cookies are done. We did 8 minutes, and that is pure perfection. They're nice and soft, not too hard, perfect. So 8 minutes at 350 degrees. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the creaming of this. So we're going to mush everything down, then we're going to add the flour, and same as before, don't over mix it once you get the flour in it, because we want these cookies to melt in your mouth. We don't want them to be tough. All right, so we're going to mix all the things in there. Everything but the powdered sugar. We'll let that do its thing real quick. I think we're going to roll them in powdered sugar before we cook them. Okay, that's enough. And we don't want things getting overworked. All the sides down. And we are going to do the same thing. We're going to use the same cookie, scoop, but we're going to wash it out because there's peanut butter in it. We're going to get the peanut butter cookies off the little one, the little pan, because we're going to use the little pan and the big pan because we have quite a bit more of the Russian tea cookies than we did the peanut butter cookies. Sorry, that thing is not wanting to hold still. There we go. So, we are going to put the peanut butter cookies on a plate because I need them to cool off the rest of the way so that they don't just fall apart. Okay, now for the Russian tea cookies, we bake them before we roll them in powdered sugar. So, same as before, we are going to squirt this little thing. There we go. And then we're just going to start putting these. These really do not spread either, so no worries as far as that goes. You can technically let these rest in the refrigerator for a couple of hours if you wanted to, but you don't have to. Next one. All right. We're going to put both of these in. And these are, I'm also going to check these at 9 minutes and we'll see. Alrighty, now let's read the other recipe to see. Yes, so we are. We're going to roll these in the powdered sugar before we bake them, and the other ones we're going to do after. So we'll just get a bowl, and we're going to put some powdered sugar in it, and we'll use it for both, because it doesn't matter. Oh, that's regular sugar. We don't want that. That would have been bad. Put that there. We want the powdered sugar. See, it says powdered sugar. Okay. We'll put about a cup in there for now. That should work. All right. We're just going to drop a few of these in here, and then we'll come back and get them here shortly because both of my cookie sheets are in the oven. So we're just going to drop these in so that you can see. There you go. Usually my lemon cookies are just like the Russian tea cookies, but I thought the crinkle ones would be kind of fun this time around. And really, it's just the difference of when you put the powdered sugar on. It's still pretty much the same recipe. All right. So we're just going to kind of roll them around. There you go. Put another one in there. And then we'll have those ready to go when the others come out of the oven. They look like little snowballs. All right, so we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, our first batch of Italian wedding cookies came out. We've already coated them with powdered sugar. Some people call them snowballs. That's what they look like. That was the whole batch. I've actually made another batch that we're going to cook off because that isn't going to be enough for me to put out. We also have out of the oven our first batch of the lemon crinkle cookies. I am going to make a slight change. I'm going to bake them, I kind of smushed these down a little bit. I'm not going to smush the next ones just to see because they came out a little flatter than I wanted to. And I'm going to bake them on parchment. They got a little goopy on the baking sheet. And one, I don't want to have to deal with that. And two, it'll make them slide off a whole lot easier. So we're going to put the next batch on parchment, which you can see behind me. And I have some that are already rolled in some powdered sugar right now, as you can see right here. So we're going to put those on the parchment. And this time, we're not going to push them down any. We're going to leave them in a ball. These did take a little bit longer. I turned the oven down a little bit because I didn't want the bottoms to get quite so brown so fast. So we are baking them now at 325. And I'm going to bake them for 12 minutes and then look at them and see. I'm also going to bake one pan at a time and we'll see what happens. Okay, 12 minutes, so we're gonna put some more in here. Again, the trick to this is, if I don't like the way they spread, and I want them to stay a little more in a ball shape, we can just omit the baking powder and the baking soda and they won't spread. Yes, you can do that. That is the trick to pretty much all cutout cookies that don't spread. If you just can't stand it because they spread, really all they've done is they've omitted the baking powder and the baking soda. That's all they've done. The rest of the recipe is exactly the same. So if I'm not happy with the way that comes out, if I make another batch of them, I can just omit the baking powder and the baking soda, and we won't have that problem. So we need 4 more. Because we know they're gonna spread some. Yeah, we'll do 3 more. So we'll do 3 more. Okay, we'll be back when the cookies are done. We're back. I'm trying a lemon cookie. But I'm gonna redo the recipe tomorrow. I don't have time to do it today. I'm gonna do my snowball recipe. These are pretty good, the crinkle ones. They don't have enough lemon flavor, I don't know. I mean, they're okay. They're not bad, but they're not up to my standards. So, we'll take them, she'll eat them. Not the point. So we'll end up doing some of those. Probably tomorrow we may or may not film some of that. So I'm going to cut it short for now because I do want to get some of the concert video in on this one as well. If not, then we'll put it in for tomorrow's, but planning on putting in for tonight. So I will see you all a little bit later when I look a little bit nicer and we're hopefully off to the concert.